Why does the US government fund so many anti-China articles?
I mean, ultimately, it just boils down to geopolitics. These are rivals, and they're run by 80-year-old people on both sides. And I would say maybe China's coverage of America is maybe 60-40, 70-30 pro-China. And I would say America's is like 90-10 pro-America. But I notice a lot of people are starting to call it out on the PSYOP side from the Anglospheric legacy media.
I think what the US is doing is like intentionally ignoring the good side of China and trying to twist it to make it bad, or like maybe not necessarily twist it, but just mention the bad things and never the good things.
I think, like, for example, BYD's dominance, they would say, oh, the government subsidies are running out, or the battery tech is very pollutive, or cause a lot of pollution, or like
is it true
the cars
though?
are exploding.
Is it like it's probably not exploding, but I think that the bad thing that the US is doing, or the news source in the US is doing, is only mentioning that, but not really mentioning that BYD actually has so much demand. A lot of people actually want it. It's profiting, stuff like that. But they will only say that, oh, it's not as high quality as like a Tesla.
I would say that essentially they just over exaggerate the bad parts, even though those bad parts are real and they exist, and then they try to down ramp the good parts,
right,
in terms of media coverage. Basically, you're like only shining the spotlight on this aspect where everything has good and bad. I think, for example, the previous generations of BYDs did have battery failure rates in cold weather, and some exploded, but there are already several generations removed from that era.
I mean, remember when the Samsung Galaxy Note exploded or something like that? I think the US also covered it, but not to an extent where it down ramped it like what it is doing for the Chinese BYDs, right?
Yeah, and that's what you do for an ally versus a rival.